Okay, everyone, so today we're playing Star Wars The Old Republic in 2025. This is a game that I've always wanted to play for so many years, but could just never find the time, never had enough motivation to actually give it a go and experience it. But now in 2025, I'm playing it for the very first time. So yes, this is my very first experience with the game, the gameplay you see right now, and so that's why I'm low level, because it's literally, I've never played it before. So hopefully you guys can understand that and don't judge me too much on my gameplay. But yeah, it's Star Wars The Old Republic is an MMO, but it also can be played, if you want to, you can pretty much just play it as a standard single-player RPG. I mean, you're obviously going to run into a bunch of players, and it's always online, and there are online aspects to it, and obviously it being an MMO, there's a lot of things you could do, like join guilds and do raids together and play with other people, do like a bunch of PvE and PvP, if that's something that you're interested in. But for me, I'm honestly just in it for the story. I'm in it for that and that alone. So that is my main draw, because Star Wars is something that I kind of fell off of over the years, and I'm trying to like kind of get back into it, and I feel like this game's a good way to do it, even though it's not technically canon to the main Star Wars series, the main, whatever you want to call it, but that doesn't matter to me, because the stuff that we've been getting has not been good, aside from Andor. Like, that's the only thing they've come out with in recent years that was actually, like, incredible and really high quality. So, yeah, I like being able to play this. Being able to play as a Sith, too, is just like, oh, it's awesome. And because we don't really have any games where you can play as the bad guy, like Star Wars specifically, like, the last one that you could do that was maybe The Force Unleashed. So, this is really, like, if you want to do, like, a full evil roleplay in this world of Star Wars, this is your only option. And you could play it, there's so many different stories, too. There's hundreds of hours of content just based on the story alone, from what I can gather. Because you have Sith Warrior, Sith Inquisitor, the Bounty Hunter, Imperial Agent. That's just on the Sith Empire side. Then on the Republic side, you have the Jedi Knight, the Jedi Counselor, I think it's called. And then you have the Republic Commando, and shit, I forget the other one. Smuggler, I think. So, and then there's different romance options, there's companions, there's all these things that, like, you would typically find in a regular single-player game, but you can actually get all of that in the Old Republic. And you can actually make different dialogue choices and narrative choices. I'm like, oh my god, like, this is way more than I actually expected to get out of this game. And I'm playing it for free. And you actually can get a lot of content out of the game without paying a dime. If you become a paid subscriber, you unlock different character customization options. You obviously have more character slots, and the level cap is much higher. And I think also some of the expansion content, you also get more of that you can access. But it's not essential. It's not like you're not going to get anything out of this game if you don't pay up. But I think, considering what I've seen, the subscription model is actually fairly reasonable for an MMO of its scale. So this is very easy for me to recommend for any Star Wars fan to play this game in 2025. Obviously, the gameplay is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Even me, I'm still, like, figuring out whether or not I actually like the gameplay or not. I think the story and the world building and everything else is really good, though. And there's still a very active community to this day. I mean, I was in the new player area, and there were a lot of other players that I saw in my game, and they were actually helping me. They saved my life a couple of times, because I was going to get overwhelmed and get killed by all those enemies. Oh, man. I'm definitely going to be playing more of this. I'm just kind of just dipping my toes, you know, to start off with, and to really start to get into it. But I could see myself, over time, putting a lot of hours into this game. So stay tuned for my Let's Play channel, because I'm going to be uploading a good amount of Star Wars The Old Republic, I think. The game might not be getting regular updates anymore. It may not be all that relevant these days. It's definitely winded down in recent years. But despite all that, like, if you're a brand new player, you're going to get a lot out of it. Absolutely. And if you're an old returning player, you may be just like, whatever, I've had all the fun that I could possibly have, and that's fine. You know, not every game's gonna last you 15 years of your life. You know, like, we gotta be a little bit realistic here. Of course, we're gonna get to a point where they were going to, not support the game as much as they used to. And that's just the way of life, and the way that gaming and live service games work. They never last forever. But it is still, at its core, a very fun and unique Star Wars and gaming experience altogether. Just, like, the story alone, being able to be... You could be a good guy Sith, you can be an evil Jedi, and everything in between. So it's a great RPG, a really good MMO, and definitely still worth your time in 2025.